All praises to the Almighty, Most High creating power of Israel. The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, brothers and sisters. Let me see. Should I do this first or talk about? All right, so I'm going to get this out the way so I can end it with what I wanted to talk about. So, I talked to Brother Sal, and Brother Sal asked me if I wanted to, or if there's any chance that I could debate a Egyptologist or anything like that. And to me, it wouldn't help clarify the mission that I'm on. You know, other people have that lot. You know, there's people who are adept in that aspect of history, and if, you know, what white man placed these dates or these whatever here and things of that nature, and that's not me. Okay, so he tried to find another brother, and he's also a non-messianic, and basically I was like, well, that doesn't serve any purpose, because if you are a non-messianic, if you are Torah and Tanakh only, then that means you do not believe in JC. All right? Now, there are people now coming forward saying that Jesus was a man. Okay, well, think about the most least talked about disciple. That guy was a man, and the New Testament isn't about the things he said or did. Okay, take somebody like Philip. Okay, so the New Testament isn't about Philip, all right, and about what he did, and Philip walking on water. Okay, it's not about that. It's about Jesus being the Son of God, getting all power given to him by God. Okay, that's like Matthew something. All right. So, you know, if Jesus, you know, brothers and sisters, idolatry runs very deep. All right. Jesus didn't exist. Point blank, period. And if you are a non-messianic and you want to debate Rob, or if you have a problem with Rob, then you're going to have to deal with either we don't have to keep the commandments, because Rob believes we have to keep the commandments. Rob believes Israelites should be with Israelites, and that's how you make Israelites only, not of the seed of the Father type of ordeal. We have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. It's the Most High only. All right. And we have to go back to the law to make sure that we're staying in line. And that's what we have to do as a people. So if you have a problem with any of those things, you know, then we could debate. And Jesus is idolatry. Okay, I forgot that. So basically, when I say keep the commandments, we start with number 1. Let's try to figure out how to remove, or what is all forms of idolatry. Okay, we can debate that, you know. And also, okay, I also want to clear this up. I had 4 debates, and only the debate with Judah did I get to pick a topic. That's why it was a 2-topic debate. He got to pick the topic, and I got to pick a topic. The other 3 debates, those brothers had picked the topics. So, if you pick a topic against Rob, then you have to prove your point. Okay? This is why people say things like Rob won, because I did not win. Basically what they're saying is the fact that this person initiated the debate with the topic could not prove his case. Therefore, his argument was lost. So if he lost against someone, then the person won. So Rob only loses when Rob picks the topic and cannot prove his point. That's when Rob takes an L. All right. I'll also ask, if you debate Rob, that the answer comes from what we would call the Bible. Okay? So if it's a non-messianic, then the answer comes from the Torah and the Tanakh. And if you do believe in JC, then the answer comes from wherever. You can go into the New Testament. I just want to hear it not out of your mouth. I want to read it for myself so that I can take you to another part of your New Testament to contradict you. And then, therefore, when I ask my question, you have no choice but to either contradict yourself or say someone is lying. And this is what people don't want to face and deal with. All right. So what else? Let me see. So yeah, I've been busy and stuff. You know, that's pretty good. I just wanted to get out there. I had my stepdaughter's going on the college tour, and so, you know, that's, you know, it costs, you know, X amount of dollars, and then she needs spending money, so I didn't want to have that hurt my pocket, so I just been, you know, staying at the shop later and stuff like that. And also, so that's, you know, things is working out good. I thought it was going to take longer, but it didn't even take too much long, because it's like that. But so I go outside, and like, I have a type of car that's, you know, it's and so a piece on it, even from the junkyard, would run me $150, right? It's the thing for the window, right? Like, it's like this, right? This and this thing, right? So it's like the window, you know, it goes in like this, whatever, right? So my window, and if I go get it new, okay, well, now we're talking, you know. So, so my neighbor across the street, he's what I would assume to be would be Mexican. He's, you know, he does tow truck. He has a tow truck and a business. And lo and behold, there was the same model, you know, the same model car. The same model car on this thing. So I asked him, I say, because he was tearing the car apart for, you know, scrapping it for some pieces or taking something off. I said, hey man, it's okay if I pay you to get the piece for this window off. And I said, man, just let me know how much you want to. He said, man, go ahead and just take it. So I got the piece off, you know, eventually. You know, he had all the things I need. Like, I needed a drill bit to drill out the rivets and stuff. So he had all that, and he gave it to me. You know, I told him I'm gonna get him some dinner or something, or, you know, so I might just fuck around. Oops. I might just get him a bottle of tequila or something. You know, maybe he can give it away. But yeah, so I've been looking at all the good things that's been happening, you know, even though things aren't perfect, but there's, you know, there's more good to look for. And, you know, so moving on to the next. So Brother Sal after I got off the phone. Also, I wanted to, if you come across this video, brother Sha'ala, I hope Sal called you back and told you what I did, because I knew me and you weren't going to debate anyway, because we both are non-messianic. But yeah, I hope Sal, and told you that I was just making it interesting, messing with you. But yeah, so anyway, so Sal said, well, how do you feel about being on the hot seat? And I said, finally, right? He said, you know what it is, right? I said, yeah, you just, people call in. He was like, well, yeah, pretty much. So basically this new, well, it's not new, but what he wants me to be on is called the hot seat. And it's new to me. It's where people get to call in. I guess it's 1 hour. And people call in and they ask whatever questions that they want to. Whatever questions you want to ask, people call in and ask. So he said, how do you feel about you and Judah being on the hot seat? And I said, well, I have no problem being on the hot seat. So the date for it is, well, I'll put it in the description box. I think it's the 28th. It's on my Google Plus. I think it's April 28th, I think, or April 23rd, something like that. Anyway, the hot seat, and I told him, yeah. So Brother Sal said, yeah, man, a lot of people are afraid of the hot seat. And I was like, well, why? In my mind, like, why would you be afraid of the hot seat? You're out here talking on the internet. And when people get the chance to ask you questions, now all of a sudden, people are scared. I said, well, I wouldn't be scared at all, So he said, what about Judah? I said, well, shoot, I don't know. So, if Judah wants to do it, I hope so. That'd be, people could call in and ask whatever, and then the funny thing is, I was like, so you and Judah is cool, you a tour night? I was like, no, no, I'm not, just because we're not going at it, we're not providing that, what you guys thought was entertainment. Maybe that's no longer there for you. And, you looked at it like a TV show. Well, hopefully you learned some stuff while watching that TV show, if that's how you felt about what me and Judah, went at it about. And I tried my best to, keep it on, the issues, like how can I use this as a way to show people, like, hey, you can do this if you want, but, it's up to you, when things don't match up. So hopefully, brothers and sisters, look forward to that hot seat. I'll be making, videos in the future and showing the date and the time. I know it's at 5 p.m. Eastern. Wait. 5 p.m. I hope that's a Monday. I just thought about it. Man. No, I think it's a Tuesday. Dang. Damn. Okay. I'm going to have to. All right. Well, I didn't even give it much thought. I just accepted it without even looking at the day. Okay. Well, anyway. All right, brothers and sisters. So, yeah, that was it. Hopefully, you guys can call in and ask if Judah accepted. Some of you people could call in and ask Judah whatever you want to ask him. For you people who don't like Rob, you could call in and you can ask Rob whatever, I'll answer any question within reason. You know, I'm not, you know, somebody ain't gonna call in and ask something crazy and, you know, see you back in my past. No, it's, you know, certain questions. You go, come on now. All right, so with that being said, there was a post that someone made about a brother inventing a car before Henry Ford. And I had said that Israelites always made inventions. Okay? So like, okay, so look, this right here, okay? So this is the first George Jefferson right here, right? So Thomas Jennings, right? He's born in 1791. It's believed to have been, they believe, you know, they don't know. It's probably somebody invented before that, but, you know, been the first black inventor to receive a patent for an invention. Okay, so this is just, you might be wrong. There might be somebody, you know, before this, you know, because the patent office has been around since like 1500. Okay, like 15 whatever. Okay, the patent, like Leonardo da Vinci had patents. Okay, so okay, he was granted. Okay, so let's see, he was 30 years old when he was granted a patent for a dry cleaning process. All right, let's just keep reading. Okay, he was a free tradesman and operated a dry cleaning business in New York City. His income went mostly to his abolitionist activities. In 1831, he became Assistant Secretary, First Annual Convention of the People of Color in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Okay, so when they say people of color, this is in 1831. Now, people today in this country, they'll say, well, I'm a person of color, and they'll be from some other, you know, weird nation, like, you know, like, I'm from India. You know, and you look like, you know, the girl from the Office, or she has a new show. The girl from The Office, she's like an Indian from the TV show The Office. I don't know her name. You know, it's probably Punjabi Munab or something. But that was pretty foul. I'm sorry about that. All right. So where was they at? So when this guy, Thomas Jennings, in 1831, when he had the first annual convention of the people of color, where were these other nations at that today say, well, I'm a person of color? All right, that's pretty weird. You know, I wonder, was it when they said the convention of people of color, was it just a whole bunch of black folks, a whole bunch of Negroes in the conference room? Or I wonder, was it a whole rainbow coalition of colored type of people? Man, get up out of here. We already know. Okay, so slaves were prohibited. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Just checking. Well, now that narrowed it down. Okay, there we go. Slaves were prohibited from receiving patents on their inventions. Okay. Although free black inventors were legally able to receive patents, most did not. Why? Some feared that recognition and most likely the prejudice that would come with it would destroy their livelihoods. So basically, this is exactly why brothers sell their inventions or their companies, right? They will sell something physical for something invisible and man-made, like such as paper money. Okay, so somebody would invent something physical and sell it to a white person for some paper money. You know, even though you could take that paper money and do something with it, you never know, they could flip it at any time. But okay, we're not gonna go on that. And they would they would sell it, you feel me, just so that they wouldn't stick out like a sore thumb and be like, yeah, that guy, Mr. Johnson, he invented the transmission or whatever. I'm just giving an example. You know, he's worth $500 million in 1922. They would have killed him and his whole family and took all that money. The hell no black guy doing with all this money? You can't be inventing stuff. Black person thinking of stuff that helps make people lives better. Who the hell are you, black guy who's not white? Okay, that's how white people treat black people. Who are you? We gave you dirt. How the hell did you turn that dirt into a building that can withstand gunshots and bombs? Who the hell is this? Kill them. That's what they do. Okay? So I'm going to show you that we always been inventing stuff, okay? All right, check it out. Oops. This is 2 Chronicles 26, right? Then all the people of Judah took Uzziah, who was 16 years old, and made him king in the room of his father Amaziah. He built Eloth and restored it to Judah. After that, the king slept with his fathers. 16 years old was Uzziah when he began to reign, and he reigned 52 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was also Jecoliah of Jerusalem, and he did that which was right in the sight of the Most High, according to all that his father Amaziah did. And he sought the Most High in the days of Zechariah, who had understanding in the visions of the Most High. And as long as he sought the Most High made him to prosper. Wait a minute. So for you people out there, it'd be like, okay, see, Rob doesn't know what he's talking about. Rob teaches wrong. Well, let me show you if Rob was teaching wrong. How stupid I would look days and weeks and minutes after this video is uploaded and you saw this part. And he sought God in the days of Zechariah. Oh, Zechariah? Okay, wait, let me back it up. So see, Zechariah, right? Because the days of Zechariah, so it has to be this one. See? Oops, I didn't want y'all to see the clue, but why this isn't it? Oh, see, Zechariah, right? This is how people be teaching wrong and then find out that they was wrong. And then see, and I lifted up my eyes again and look, and behold, a man with the measuring line in his hand. Oh, I know what that's about. That's Ezekiel. And then see, he also measured the porch of the gate with one and he measured. And see, he's measuring. I'm breaking down prophecy. Wrong. Okay, that's not it. All right. And he went forth and warred against the Philistines, and brake down the wall of Gath, and the wall of Jabneh, and the wall of Ashdod, and built the cities about Ashdod and among the Philistines. And the Most High helped them against the Philistines, and against the Arabians that dwelt in Gerbal, and the Mehunims. All right. Just checking. And I know what that means, too. I know what this word means. And the Ammonites gave gifts to Uzziah, and his name spread abroad even to the entering in of Egypt, for he strengthened himself exceedingly. Moreover, Uzziah built towers in Jerusalem at the corner gate and at the valley gate and at the turning of the wall, and fortified them. This is in the early part of Uzziah's life. Also, he built towers in the desert and digged many wells, for he had much cattle, both in the low country and in the plains. Husbandmen also, and vine dressers in the mountains and in Carmel, for he loved husbandry. Now don't get it twisted. This means he loved guys who had wives and families and took care of them. Okay? He didn't just want to have single people working for him. He wanted men who had families and children to raise. Okay? He just didn't want a whole bunch of bachelors, pretty much getting money and going and doing whatever they wanted. He wanted to have people work for him who had families, so that they can teach. You understand? You get it. And if anybody wanted to say that this means anything else, then bring it to the comment board. Moreover, Uzziah had a host of fighting men that went out to war by bands, according to the number of their account, by the hand of Jehiel, the scribe of Maaseiah, the ruler, under the hand of Hananiah, one of the king's captains. The whole number of the chief of the fathers of the mighty men of valor were 2,600, and under their hand was an army, 300,000 and 7,500, that made war with mighty power to help the king against the enemy. And Uzziah prepared for them throughout all the hosts shields and spears and helmets and habergeons and bows and slings to cast stones. And he made in Jerusalem engines, invented by cunning men, to be on the towers and upon the bulwarks, to shoot arrows and great stones withal. I'm going to finish it out, and we're going to focus on 26 and 15. And his name spread far abroad, for he was marvelously helped till he was strong. Till he was strong. All right. So, Uzziah had cunning men, smart, intelligent, okay, engines, to be on the towers, upon the bulwarks, to shoot arrows and great stones. What that sound like today? We was making, back in them days, what we would call machine guns. You invented machines to shoot arrows. We had, the things that you see in those medieval movies, the things that shoot the big arrows, and then they come, and then they got to pull the thing back, and then they take an axe and then hit the rope, and it'll shoot a big arrow. Or they have that big thing that fling out the rocks hella far. Okay, we had them. All right? We had things that shot out 5 arrows at once. We made them. All right? Now Uzziah lived around 750, 760, I think, around that time, BC. So you take that. So that's 2,700 years ago. Okay? So 2,700 years ago, Israelites was inventing what we would call, what in those days would be machine guns. All right? So, brothers and sisters, this is what we need to learn. Not how to make machine guns, how to come back to being an Israelite. Israelites always invented, but our inventions helped for us. Okay? Now, he was helped till he was strong. Now, what happened? Here we go. But when he was strong, his heart was lifted up to his destruction. So he got prideful. What happened? For he transgressed against the Most High's power. And he went into the temple of the Most High to burn incense upon the altar of incense. Uh-oh. So he thought he was all that. He thought, the Most High is really with me. Maybe I can walk into the temple and burn incense. All right, so this is the king. Most High is dealing with Uzziah. The Most High stopped dealing with Uzziah once he got prideful. An extreme different type of pride. Okay, not like prideful to where he was sending, 500 Israelites to battle 40,000 Israelites. 500 Israelites to battle 40,000 heathens or Gentiles. Not like prideful like that. Like, yeah, we could just battle all over the world and win. No. He went into the temple to try to burn incense. And Azariah, the priest, went in after him. With him, 80 priests. 80 is 80 priests of the Most High that were valiant men. So these wasn't no scrubs. These was karate kicking. These was all men of war, valiant. You feel me? They knew how to use the sword, bow and arrow, hand-to-hand combat, all that. All right? And they withstood Uzziah the king. The king don't roll by himself. When have you ever seen a king roll by theyself? Okay? You won't even catch Floyd Mayweather rolling by himself. You won't even catch your local gang-banging gang leader rolling by himself. So, okay? And said unto him, it appertaineth not unto thee, Uzziah, to burn incense unto the Most High, but to the priests, the sons of Aaron, that are consecrated to burn incense. So he's like, yo, you tripping. You are the son of Judah. You are not the son of Aaron. The son of Levi, or specifically one of the sons of Aaron. Okay, you are the house of David. You're not of the house of Aaron. You tripping. Go out of the sanctuary. Get out of here, for thou hast trespassed. Neither shall it be for thine honor from the Most High power. Okay, so this is going to put a stain on your record. You tripping, dude. Then Uzziah was wroth, so he got mad, and had a censer in his hand to burn incense. And while he was wroth with the priests, the leprosy even rose up in his forehead before the priests in the house of the Most High, from beside the incense altar. Okay, so I had went over Leviticus 13 in some videos before dealing with how come Jesus didn't heal Simon the leper. Okay, so that's Leviticus 13. Okay, so now, what leprosy was it? So his forehead turned white, or his forehead had the boils, or his forehead had the scaly stuff? Well, that's a physical aspect. Now, I wonder, what if we took it to the spiritual, what they would call spiritual, right? The aspect. Okay, the metaphysical part. Okay, so leprosy. Leprosy is when your skin turned white. So if it rolls up in his forehead, that's your mind, right? So maybe he started thinking he was high and mighty like these white men who think that they can be like the Most High. Oh, I'm playing God. I'm white. I can splice genes. So I can make new fruits if I want to. Okay? So does that mean that, or does it mean we take it how it is? He turned leprous in the forehead, like it probably turned white, or he probably got the boils, or if you want to take it however, okay? So he got the leprosy. And Azariah the chief priest and all the priests looked upon him, and behold, he was leprous in his forehead. And they thrust him out from thence. Yea, himself hasted also to go out, because the Most High had smitten him. So he was like, no, I don't want to go out. He was tripping. Like now, all of a sudden, now you are a king. Not only did you do something foul and you got thrusted out, but you finna be thrusted out with a mark. Okay? And Uzziah the king was a leper until the day of his death, and dwelt in a several house, being a leper. So this is where the lepers go. the several house, wherever, the outside of the camp, outside. For he was cut off from the house of the Most High. Okay? And Jotham, his son, was over the king's house, judging the people of the land. Now the rest of the acts of Uzziah, first and last, did Isaiah the prophet, the son of Amos, write. So that's another clue how this isn't the Zechariah from when I did it. So, I was just showing how if I was wrong, I would be doing stuff like that. That's what people do when they're wrong. Okay, you New Testament people. So Uzziah slept with his fathers, and they buried him with his fathers in the field of the burial which belongeth to the kings. For they said, he is a leper. And Jotham reigned in his stead. Now, I can go, well, hold on. Let me go to the law. No, it's not the law. Shoot. It is, give me 1 second. All right, I just had to make sure if this one was it. Okay. And I surely went to I was in the right chapter, wrong prophet. All right. Just checking. Okay. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. Again, when a righteous man does turn from his righteousness, and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die. Oh, I went in this chapter. So Uzziah did everything that was right in the eyes of the Most High. Okay? Until the stumbling block of pride. He said, let me see how he'll do when I put this pride in his way. Okay? So we got it. You cannot be prideful. You cannot be this. And you know what the Most High going to do? He going to put a woman in your way. Let me see how you do this with this woman. Oh, okay, you passed that test? Well, let me see how you do with this. Okay. We're not going to pass every single test, but the Most High wants you to figure out what you are weak at. And so that when you see that stumbling block, you know how to avoid it. Because you will get it. There's like, say, there's things that I can say, nah. And then there's things that be like, this might not be right. Okay? So when a righteous man does turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die, because thou hast not given him warning. But he had warning. Okay? The priest told him, man, get up out of here. This ain't your lot. You can't do this. You're from the house of David, you're not from the seed of Aaron. Okay? So he shall die in his sin. Okay? What was his sin? It was going up a transgress against the Most High. And then he died in his sin. His sin was going in the temple, and the consequence was him becoming a leper and being cast out of the congregation. And his righteousness which he have done shall not be remembered, but his blood will I require at thine hand. So for the most part, Uzziah was a good king. Okay? But they don't remember, we didn't remember him for his righteousness. He got remembered for he got being thrust out. Okay? So you could do good for a long time. You could be top-notch model citizen for 80 years of your life, since you was, let's say 12, so you're 92. And then when you turn 93, you become a child molester. Ain't nobody gonna remember all the good stuff you did back in 64 or 1998. They gonna be like, the child molester man? Okay? Nevertheless, if thou warn the righteous man, that the righteous sin not, he does not sin, he shall surely live, because he is warned. And thou also hast delivered thy soul. All right? So that's why I'm out here warning people. Okay, you know what, too? Here we go. Let's do this, too. All right. So, brothers and sisters, keep the law, statutes, and commandments. So, back to how people are trying to say Jesus, was a man. Okay. That's pretty, strange for people who say that they are Torah and Tanakh only. Like this guy who I was talking to on the phone with Brother Sally said, I believe Jesus is a man, but he didn't want to debate that. And to me, that would be a good debate. Like you want to debate that Jesus, he said he believed Jesus did exist as a man, and I'm saying Jesus didn't exist. Period. Forget about it. How about that? Now, and if you want to debate that he's real, fine, because now if you want to say that he's real, then we have to go with the corresponding stories that says that he is the Son of God. Okay? We're not talking about some guy like Philip being the Son of God, okay? Or James, Jesus' brother, being the Son of God. No. How come they don't call James like the nephew of God or something like that? Or the brother, the stepson, the adopted. You get what I'm trying to say. So, that's weird for you people, because you gotta start. Now we're gonna have to start doing some explaining. There's no way, because even if because Christianity runs deep, brothers and sisters. There's a lot of people who feel like because they don't believe in Jesus. Look, my family know I don't believe in Jesus. And you know what they stopped doing? They stopped asking about the scriptures. We don't, it's like, you know what? We're not going to go through this. So, but does that mean that I'm not going to be around my family if they having a barbecue? Yeah. And they know exactly, do not cook nothing with pork in it, shrimp, crab, or lobster, and mine had to be separate. Okay? Like, all of my stuff, when I go around my family, is separate. When I eat gumbo, it is nothing in gumbo. Everything that is made is a separate gumbo. That nothing in there. Everything is homemade. Nothing in there has any shrimp, crab, pork, or lobster in it. Okay? Nothing in it. And like if some people say that's not even a gumbo, it is to me, because it contains rice with some liquid and some pieces of chicken. So it might not be a true gumbo, but it is to me. All right. So, brothers and sisters, just that's why a lot of people are throwing a lot of stuff out, trying to, get us to not follow the law, statutes, and commandments, okay? Let's take it to, what if the black people in America aren't the children of Israel? Watch this. Well, guess what? Let's let the whole world keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and then let's see who the Most High chooses once again, okay? Let's find out that way, okay, brothers and sisters. So there's a lot of witchcraft and sorcery being played, and so I want you guys to know that just stay on guard, okay? So you guys out there, you're not gonna get me off of beating up on your Savior, okay? It's gonna happen. I'm gonna continue to do it. I noticed that some Christians, you Christians, don't come on my channel no more talking about who is this, what is that, no more. Thank you, Most High, for having those Christians be too afraid to deal with Rob. Okay. No Christian wants to debate Rob anymore. If there is a Christian out there, or if there is someone who believes in Jesus, who thinks that they can prove Jesus, send them my way. Okay? Hey, could you send them my way? All right? I don't know why I did that. Just when I say, all right. So anyway, brothers and sisters, stay strong. There's a lot of people that are going to, try to make you think that what you're doing by following the law, statutes, and commandments is wrong. And I want you to really think about it. No one can contend with the description of the Israelites and who they are as a people. That's pretty weird because there's groups of people on the planet who fit that. And, I think they're mad because you can't take that away. So now people are trying to say maybe the Bible is fake or something like that, which now all of a sudden it's fake. It wasn't fake when they used it to get us to go to church, okay, when we weren't reading, okay. It wasn't fake before the Negroes started thinking about who are the Israelites? No, we are the Israelites. Now all of a sudden all these other nations are saying they're Israelites. Well, how come back in 1938 when all these nations were coming into America, how come they didn't come into America and say, no, I'm an Israelite? I'm not from, yeah, of course, they didn't. Now all of a sudden, no, not these black people. They can't be the Israelites. It got to be us. So brothers and sisters, just keep the law, statutes, and commandments, okay? I also showed really quick, because it's going to cut off. So all praises to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Showed you guys how back in the day we created stuff to protect other Israelites, okay? We was making the equivalent of machine guns back then. We also probably had electricity, okay? Ain't no telling. We probably did, but all right. So with that, I ended. All praises to the Most High Power, Most High, the Messianic. And basically I was like, well, that doesn't serve any purpose. Because if you are a non-Messianic, if you are Torah and Tanakh only, then that means you do not believe in JC. All right? Now, there are people now coming forward saying that Jesus was a man. Okay, well, think about the most least talked about disciple. That guy was a man, and the New Testament isn't about the things he said or did. Okay, take somebody like Philip. Okay, so the New Testament isn't about Philip, all right, and about what he did, and Philip walking on water, okay? It's not about that. It's about Jesus being the Son of God, getting all power given to him by God, okay? That's like Matthew something, all right? So, if Jesus, brothers and sisters, idolatry runs very deep, all right? Jesus didn't exist, point blank, period. And if you are a non-Messianic and you want to debate Rob of your New Testament to contradict you, and then, therefore, when I ask my question, you have no choice but to either contradict yourself or say someone is lying. And this is what people don't want to face and deal with. All right. So what else? Let me see. So yeah, I've been busy and stuff. That's pretty good. I just wanted to get out there. I had my stepdaughter's going on the college tour. And so, that's, it costs, X amount of dollars, and then she needs spending money. So I didn't want to have that hurt my pocket. So I just been, staying at the shop later and stuff like that. And also, so that's, things is working out good. I thought it was going to take longer, but it didn't even take too much long because it's like that. But, so I go outside and, like I have a type of car that's, it's and so a piece on it, even from the junkyard, would run me $150, right? It's the thing for the window, right? Like, it's like all praises to the Almighty, Most High, creating power of Israel, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, brothers and sisters, let me see, should I do this first or talk about? All right, so I'm going to get this out the way so I can end it with what I wanted to talk about. So I talked to Brother Sal, and Brother Sal asked me if I wanted to, or if there's any chance that I could debate a Egyptologist or anything like that. And to me, it wouldn't help clarify the mission that I'm on. You know, other people have that lot. You know, there's people who are adept in that aspect of history, and if, you know, what white man placed these dates or these whatever here and things of that nature, and that's not me. Okay, so he tried to find another brother, and he's also a non. Or if you have a problem with Rob, then you're going to have to deal with either we don't have to keep the commandments, because Rob believes we have to keep the commandments. Rob believes Israelites should be with Israelites, and that's how you make Israelites only, not of the seed of the father type of ordeal. We have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. It's the Most High only. All right. And we have to go back to the law to make sure that we're staying in line. And that's what we have to do as a people. So if you have a problem with any of those things, you know, then we could debate. And Jesus is idolatry. Okay, I forgot that. So basically, when I say keep the commandments, we start with number 1. Let's try to figure out how to remove, or what is all forms of idolatry. Okay, we can debate that, you know. And also, okay, I also want to clear this up. I had 4 debates, and only the debate with Judah did I get to pick a topic. That's why it was a 2-topic debate. He got to pick the topic, and I got to pick a topic. The other 3 debates, those brothers had picked the topics. So if you pick a topic against Rob, then you have to prove your point. Okay? This is why people say things like Rob won, because I did not win. Basically what they're saying is the fact that this person initiated the debate with the topic could not prove his case. Therefore, his argument was lost. So if he lost against someone, then the person won. So Rob only loses when Rob picks the topic and cannot prove his point. That's when Rob takes an L. All right. I'll also ask, if you debate Rob, that the answer comes from what we would call the Bible. Okay? So if it's a non-messianic, then the answer comes from the Torah and the Tanakh. And if you do believe in JC, then the answer comes from wherever. You can go into the New Testament. I just want to hear it not out of your mouth. I want to read it for myself so that I can take you to another part